Alright, we're back for another D&D Movie Time, and it is Black Friday. Today, we are bringing you Rocky 3, and then later today, we'll be uploading Rocky 4. You'll get 2 episodes today for Black Friday. Yesterday was our Thanksgiving episode, which may seem kind of long, but definitely worth checking out. Especially if you want to see if you're one of the lucky winners that won in my contest. So, Rocky 3. I briefly recapped Rocky 1 and 2 for Cora because she didn't remember. But for those viewers, Rocky faced off against Apollo for a second time, once and twice. And Rocky lost the first time, but won the second time. So now she'll get to see what becomes of Rocky after Apollo. Or maybe he'll face Apollo again. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's get boxing.
Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge. And now you got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
United Artists and Chartoff Winkler proudly present Rocky 3.
The worst thing happened to you that could happen to any fighter. You got civilized. Get out of here with you!
The truth is, we both started out on the same corner, and I got lucky with my life, and it's driving you nuts.
Philadelphia salutes its favorite son, Rocky Balboa.
Hey, why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me?
This guy is a wrecking machine.
You know, you got a big mouth.
Why don't you come out and close it, Balboa? Come on.
I don't want to fight this guy.
You fight him without me.
Balboa was a fine champion, but his time has passed.
See that look in their eyes, Rock? Got to get that look back, Rock. Eye of the tiger, come on.
I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got. I'm gonna torture him. I'm gonna crucify him real bad.
For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
Damn, Ron, come on!
There's nothing wrong with being afraid.
You thought I was tough? This jump will kill you.
You wake up after a few years thinking you're a winner, but you're not.
There is no tomorrow.
You're really a loser.
Well, I don't believe it.
There is no tomorrow.
It's Rocky's greatest challenge to save his honor, his marriage, and his manhood against his most devastating and dangerous opponent.
I'll bust you out.
Go for it.
Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burgess Meredith, Carl Weathers, Burt Young, and introducing Mr. T. Rocky 3, an American tradition.
Alright, so what was Rocky 3 about, Cora?
So basically,
Okay, for the sake of speed, I guess I'll explain it. So yes, I am the one who's going to be explaining it, since you clearly weren't paying good enough attention. So it's 3 years past since the end of the second movie, which you got a little recap of the end of the second movie where Rocky won. And Rocky is continuing to fight other fighters. But there's this one guy, Clubber Lang, who really wants to fight Rocky for the title. And for one reason or another, it seems like Rocky, he's going out claiming Rocky's refusing to fight him, but it's not really Rocky that's stopping him from fighting this guy. Who is it?
His teacher.
Yep. And Mick is concerned that if Rocky fights this guy, he'll get hurt big time. So finally Rocky agrees to fight Clubber Lang. And sure enough, on that night, Mick has a heart attack while Rocky goes out for his fight. Rocky gets knocked out in the second round. And Mick dies, unfortunately. So that really breaks Rocky up, and Apollo comes and says, you know, Rocky needs to challenge Clubber Lang again, win back the title. And he basically convinces Rocky to do this. So Rocky, Paulie, and Adrian, they all go out to California where Apollo Creed and his group are going to train Rocky. But Rocky is kind of broken. Still not sure of himself after learning that Mick was basically giving him easy fights. The loss of Mick broke him. So, I mean, it's just all around not good for Rocky. And he's really torn up emotionally, which is stopping him from being at his best. But eventually, after we get a heartfelt speech from Adrian, who has come such a long way since the very first movie where she hardly said a word, now she's yelling full monologues at Rocky. And she basically wakes him up and says, hey, if you're going to do it, do it for you. And don't worry about all this stuff in the past, you know. Don't let those things hold you back. You know, it's over. It's done with. Move on. And if you're going to prove something, prove it now, here. Which she's probably going to regret saying come the next movie, but so yeah, then Rocky starts making a turnaround. We get another montage, and Rocky is back on top of his game, doing well at the training. Then we go into the final match where he faces off against Clubber Lang again. And he completely demolishes Clubber Lang with an actual knockout, which is the first knockout for, I mean, technically the second, but they were on the last round of the last match when he did that knockout with Apollo Creed, and they both took each other down. So, but this time Rocky was standing there completely the victor, was hardly hurt at all. And he got Clubber Lang down and out. So then Apollo Creed has been telling Rocky, you know, hey, if I train you, then you got to do me a favor when it's all over. And the favor he wants is a private rematch. Because he's like, I lost by 1 second. And that's not something I can deal with. So they have a private little match. And no, we never learned the outcome of that match.
Into the next movie?
No, never.
Oh, really?
Even in the Creed movies, we never learned who won that fight. As far as I know.
Gee, that must be really fun. Not even people want really Dale. But Dale, not even the viewers get to know.
But anyways, that was Rocky 3. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will give our final thoughts and scores. For this ad, I really hope you guys will help us out here picking up my book series, The Guardian of Light. It is the perfect Christmas gift for any reader on your Christmas list. So seriously consider checking out these books if you haven't already. Or if you have, maybe recommend these books by getting them for someone on your Christmas list. We'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of Guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
All right, Cora, Rocky 3, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this movie?
9 out of 10. It was pretty good. The only problem I really had with it is... Actually, I don't know. There's just a problem with it.
There's a problem with it?
I don't know. But something just bugged me, okay?
Is it the fact that Rocky was, checked out for half the movie?
Yeah, maybe.
Wasn't doing his best anymore? I mean, how would you do if you lost somebody special to you? Could you... that's just human nature. When we lose someone for one reason or another, we kind of, have to go through a mourning process. And Rocky didn't. That's how he was dealing with his mourning process. With what happened in our family, when that person left. I went through, a process where I didn't watch as much TV. I just spent a lot of time with you. I worked hard to make sure that I got to keep you. And, there were movies that came out, but I couldn't even, concentrate on movies. And you know how much I love movies. So the fact that I couldn't just sit there and watch a movie anymore, because I was in a lot of pain. And as you get older, once you get older, you'll realize you'll suffer a loss. And you'll understand it. That's just how life is, though. So, alright. Who was your favorite character first?
Rocky's girlfriend. Or wife.
Adrian?
Yeah. Adrian.
Did they even say what his kid's name was. I don't think they did. I think they just called him the kid. I have a kid at home with the kid. I don't think they actually said what his son's name was.
The kid. That's his name, the kid.
Did you have a least favorite character?
The kid.
Seriously? You're a kid.
It's such a joke.
Okay, well, seriously. Who's your least favorite character?
Probably the other guy in the box.
Clubber Lang?
Yeah.
I pity the fool. Mr. T? That's the name he goes by in real life, Mr. T. So if you ever hear Mr. T or you ever hear a cartoon character go, I pity the fool, they're copying Mr. T.
You know, that's basically, for instance, I have a gym teacher that's also named Mr. T.
Oh.
So that is extremely offended.
That is what?
So that is technically offended.
How is it offended?
Because his name is also Mr. T.
That's the actor's name. Mr. T.
T-A-E?
No, T as in the letter T. It is just straight up a T. Mr. and then a T. Capital T, to be precise. And maybe if he has a kid, his kid could be Mr. T Jr.
Just T Jr.
Anyways, well, he would still be a Mister. Anyways, anything else? Did you have a favorite scene?
No.
I thought you were going to say like when Rocky wins the fight, or maybe when Rocky starts succeeding, or maybe like when Rocky has that private match with Creed at the end. Figured one of those three would be your favorites.
No.
Alright, well then moving on to my score on a scale of 1 to 10. I too would probably give this a 9. Not that it's bad in any way. It's just, I feel like the first two movies were definitely better. I might have gave those a 9 because I know what's coming. And I know which Rocky is my favorite. And which Rocky is most everyone's favorite.
The second that you give a 10 to him, then I know that's your favorite.
But I still do enjoy this one. Probably not as much. I mean, I have to obviously watch it if I'm watching the entire series of movies. But my most favorite scene in this one is probably during the fight when Paulie says, "No, he's getting angry." I love that scene. I really enjoyed Rocky's character, and I was so glad he finally made friends with Apollo in this one. But I was really disliking Paulie. In fact, rewatching these, I find myself really disliking the character of Paulie. You know, it's like you can clearly tell he's so jealous of Rocky, and he always gets so quick to anger and treats everybody like crap. I mean, that's just him. And I don't know why Rocky puts up with it half the time anyway. But I'd say Paulie's my least favorite. And he's sort of a useless character for the most part. Yeah, he's done a little bit here and a little bit there, but you could pretty much write him out of the movie. I mean, I think he was only there for jokes, and most of the time his jokes aren't even that funny. Like I said, the whole thing with the ring, when he tells Apollo Creed that Rocky's getting angry, that was pretty good. But the whole beginning of this movie with him being so jealous, and it's not like, you know, oh, it's an ongoing thing throughout the movie. it's over at the beginning of the movie. Like, Paulie is so jealous of Rocky and his success, and he gets himself arrested, and then he yells and screams at Rocky, and then he asks Rocky for a job, and Rocky's like, yeah, all you had to do was ask. Like, oh, so now that's over with. That was a waste. Okay, thanks for wasting our time.
They have to make the movie longer.
But, yeah, so, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this one. Join us later on today when we will bring you our review for Rocky IV. Bye.